What if your deepest struggles were signs that your soul is awakening? Inspired by Nikola Tesla's vision and guided by timeless spiritual truths, discover the 12 transformative stages of spiritual awakening and unlock the limitless power of your consciousness. Discontent is the sacred whisper that begins it all. A quiet ache in the soul, often misunderstood as restlessness or dissatisfaction. It's not about being unhappy with a job, a relationship, or a life path. It's deeper. It's the soul remembering what it has forgotten, the infinite, the eternal, the truth of who you are. This discomfort is not a flaw to be fixed, but a signal. It is the knock on the door of your consciousness, urging you to question, to explore, to dismantle the illusions of identity built from societal expectations, traumas, and unhealed memories. Tesla understood this stirring intimately. He spent much of his life misunderstood and alone, not because he was lost, but because he had already stepped out of the consensus trance. From this discontent arises the next stage, questioning and seeking. Once the soul stirs, the mind begins to wander beyond its conditioned boundaries. You start to ask, why am I here? What is consciousness? What lies beyond what I can see? The questions burn, they push, they unravel, and slowly what once felt like solid ground begins to shift. Religion may no longer satisfy. The answers handed down by generations may feel hollow. You seek truth in philosophy, science, metaphysics, ancient texts. You may stumble upon quantum theory, sacred geometry, Tesla's ideas of vibrational energy, all hinting that reality is not what we've been told. The seeking is relentless, not because you are lost, but because you are being drawn back to yourself. And then, without warning, awakening strikes. A flash of insight, a moment of transcendence, a download of cosmic truth. It may come through meditation, nature, trauma, or silence. Suddenly, you are aware that you are not the body, not the mind. You are the awareness that perceives all things. The illusion of separateness crumbles. For a moment or many, you feel it. The unity of all existence, the divine intelligence that pulses through the cosmos. This is not intellectual understanding. This is experience, pure, direct, overwhelming. Enlightenment at this stage is not the end, it is the door. Tesla's experiences with visionary insight were not imagination. They were consciousness tuned to the frequency of truth. But light brings shadow. After the awakening comes resistance and inner turmoil. The ego, sensing its impending death, fights back. Old patterns resurface. The mind clings to fear, doubt, attachment. You may feel disoriented, anxious, even depressed. This is the dark night of the soul, a necessary phase where illusions burn. You are purging lifetimes of programming. The soul is trying to integrate truth, but the personality resists. Past life wounds echo into the present. The inner child cries for healing. Karma demands its due. Yet every tremble, every tear, every sleepless night is sacred. The turbulence is not regression. It is the recalibration of your entire being. Just as Tesla was ridiculed for ideas ahead of his time, your soul, awakening in a world still asleep, may feel alone, but you are never abandoned. Eventually, you arrive at the abyss, a crossroads where everything you believed about yourself is in question. It is here that the true decision must be made. Do you return to the known or leap into the mystery? The abyss is not a place of punishment, it is the soul's crucible. In this chasm, stripped of all identity, you either surrender or shatter. This is where the mind cannot save you. The heart must lead. The soul must speak. It is the point where you either align with your divine blueprint or descend into spiritual amnesia once more. Tesla once said, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence." The abyss is that non-physical realm. It cannot be seen, only entered. If the leap is made, rebirth follows. You shed identities like old skin. The false self falls away. You begin to embody who you truly are, a soul having a human experience, not the other way around. Authenticity becomes your natural state. You no longer play roles to please or conform. You speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. You release relationships that no longer reflect your vibration. You stop seeking external validation and begin listening to the quiet guidance of your inner being. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. The shadows once feared are now embraced. The fragments of the self begin to unite. The soul reclaims its sovereignty. And in this authenticity, the sense of separation dissolves into oneness. You begin to feel the invisible threads that connect all living things. Trees breathe with you. Strangers mirror you. The stars whisper your name. You recognize the divine in every face. This is not poetic metaphor, it is spiritual fact. Oneness is not a concept, it is a vibration. Tesla's belief in an energy that permeated everything was not hypothesis, it was remembrance. He called it the ether. Others call it the field. The mystics call it love. It is the same current that flows through all matter, all life, and you feel it. Not as theory, but as truth. Empathy deepens, judgment falls away, compassion arises effortlessly. Flow becomes your natural state. Life no longer feels random. Synchronicities abound. You think of someone, and they call. You ask a question, and the answer appears. You follow intuitive nudges that lead to unexpected blessings. It feels as if the universe is conspiring on your behalf, because it is. When aligned, you begin to surf the quantum field. Time bends, logic dissolves. The heart becomes your GPS. Tesla described seeing his inventions whole in his mind before creating them. That was not imagination. It was alignment with the infinite field. You too are tapping into the same current. You trust life, you trust yourself. Resistance gives way to flow. In this harmony, authentic expression blossoms. You speak, create, love, and live from your center. Your life becomes art. Every word carries frequency. Every action radiates truth. You no longer imitate, you originate. Your soul begins to fulfill its purpose, not through grandiosity, but through presence. You may write, paint, teach, heal, build, grow, but whatever you do it as you, fully, unapologetically. And in this expression, others awaken. Your authenticity becomes a catalyst. You live your design, your contract, your mission, not out of duty, but out of joy. The divine moves through you effortlessly. As expression stabilizes, consciousness begins to elevate. Your awareness expands beyond linear time. Dreams become messages. Meditation becomes travel. You begin to access dimensions beyond the third. You remember past lives. You meet guides. You feel the presence of your higher self. The eternal aspect of you that never incarnated, the one that sees all timelines, all lives, all truths. You are no longer limited to the senses. You perceive the universe's vibration, the body as a vehicle, the mind as a tool. You no longer believe you are energy, you know it. You feel your thoughts shaping reality in real time. You understand the responsibility of creation, which leads to the sacred realization. You are a co-creator, not just of your life, but of reality itself. Your thoughts are not passive, they are blueprints. Your emotions are frequencies sent out into the field. Your intentions magnetize form. Tesla spoke of frequencies as the keys to understanding the universe. You now wield them. With clarity, love, and alignment, you begin to manifest deliberately, not to gain power, but to fulfill purpose. You do not control the universe, you dance with it, you listen, respond, create, allow. You become a conscious participant in the cosmic unfolding. And finally, you arrive, not at a conclusion, but at the essence. Unconditional love, compassion, acceptance. Not as ideals, but as states of being. You love without needing to understand. You forgive without needing to be asked. You accept without needing to fix. You realize that love is not something you give, it is what you are. Tesla said, the gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. That power is love, the highest frequency, the true source. The final awakening is not the gaining of something, but the remembering of everything. You see the divine in the mundane, the sacred in the ordinary. You no longer seek the light, you are the light. Not because you have become something new, but because you have released what was never you. The awakening was never about becoming, it was always about unbecoming, letting go of layers, peeling back illusion, standing in the raw, luminous truth of your eternal self. There is no fanfare here, no trumpet to announce your arrival, only a stillness, a knowing, a peace that cannot be explained. The world may not change, but your eyes will. You will see through the veil, hear beneath the noise, feel beyond the skin. And from this place of truth, everything becomes possible. Everything becomes sacred. Everything becomes one.